Sequences and series. So when you were at high school, you met sequences. A sequence is just a list of numbers. Now, some of them might have some sort of nice pattern to them. So this pattern goes up in 2s each time. It doesn't have to have a nice pattern for it to be a sequence. Literally any list of things is a sequence. A series is the same thing, but instead of each of the terms just being separate in a list, we're adding them all together. That's all it means by series. Introduction to some of the notation. Some of it's going to be similar to you saw at high school. Some of it is not. So I'm using the same series here, 5, 7, 9, 11 at the top. We have a term here, U1, U2, U3, U4. Those are the individual terms. So U3 means the third term. We use little subscripts for that. The most important thing to be able to take off these are these three numbers here, A, D, and N. A is the first term in the sequence, so it's 5. For the next week and a half, we're going to be consistent using A to mean the first term of something. D is the common difference. It's what you add to each term to get to the next term. So if we started at 5, if you added another 2, you get to 7. If you added another 2, you get to 9. If you add another 2, it gets to 11. This is called an arithmetic series. It's one where the common difference is the same every time. All the sequences and series that we're going to do to start off with this week are going to be of this form. And then finally, n is how many terms you have. So I've got 4 terms in my series, and so n is 4. Now, a bit more notation here. We know the names of these things, so U1 is the first term. Well, that's just whatever A was. U2, the second term, is whatever A was, the first term, plus 1 lot of the common difference. The third term is whatever the first term was, A, plus 2 lots of the common difference, because we've done 2 jumps to get there. And then U4 would be the first term plus 3 lots of the common difference. What would be nice is if we could generalize this formula. So if we had any number down there instead of a 4, how do we get this number here? Well, it's like it's lagging 1 behind. To get to the 4th term, we've done 3 jumps from the first term. And so in terms of a formula here, we could have this, where the nth term is the first term plus n minus 1 lots of the common difference. This is the formula for you to write down. It's like the nth term, like you did at high school. Write it down somewhere, put a box around it. We're going to try a question with it. Okay. So, here's a question. It's told us what the third term is. It's told us that the third term is 11, and the 8th term is 31. What it would like us to do is work out what the 100th term is. Well, the tactic here is to use the formula that we've got in red up here. So the third term, well, that's A plus 2 lots of the common difference. We know that that's equal to 11. And the 8th term, which is A plus 7 lots of the common difference, that's equal to 31. What we've got here are simultaneous equations. Notice that because they've both got an A at the start, if I did one of these equations taking away the other one, then the A's would cancel out, and I'd be left with 5D equals 20. Right, we can solve for D. D equals 4. Sorry, that's the D. And once we know what D is, we can sub it into one of these. I'm going to put it in the top one. So A plus 2 lots of the difference, 8, equals 11. And so A equals 3. What we've done here is we've worked out what A is and we've worked out what D is. Final part here is to work out the 100th term. Well, the 100th term, U100, that's equal to A plus 99 lots of the common difference, which is 3 plus 99 times by 4, which is 3 plus 396, which is 399. And we've worked out the 100th term in that series. Okay, I'm going to give you some questions to do in the book. It's from the second year book, so I'll put a link up to it. And we're going to do exercise 3A. After this, we're going to learn how to work out the sum of a series. So instead of just working out a particular term, we're going to add up lots of terms. But let's practice the basics first.